I'm not going to give you
That's
numbers
more.
on Destiny.
Rage Pulp, you're
that's
extra
well,
right now. Okay, who do you think you're? Who
Well,
are
I
you
mean,
talking
because
to?
if he's saying like I'm sitting on all this cash, it seems
Let's look at hour per hour value, right? Do you think there's any? This is the conclusion I came to. Do you think there is anything I can do that would be more valuable with my time than increasing the valuation of my company and working on my equity?
So what I'm suggesting to you doesn't involve you doing any work
Of
at all.
course it does.
Very, very little. I have a management
MLM
company.
guy right now. For no money down, you too can become rich.
No, definitely money down. Definitely. You said you have a lot of money in cash right now. No?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so you have money sitting there actually doing nothing. Well, when I say doing nothing, I mean, of course, it's becoming worth less every day.
Yeah, it's losing.
So the idea is, let's say you have $1 million. Okay, you can parlay that easily into a $5 million building, or maybe not a $5 million building, but certainly a $3 million building. You could go and buy with that $1 million, and you go and you do that, and you can, let's say, depending on where you buy, a low-risk place is going to have a lower cap rate, a high-risk place a higher one. You find something in the middle, or depending on your comfort level, you go in there and you acquire a property. Hopefully you're getting a cap that's like a six or above. And then essentially, not only is your money now every month going to give you like $2,000 back, you're also paying off a mortgage. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
So not only are you
You're good.
Yeah, not only are you going to be making money, you're going to be paying off a mortgage, and you have a building. Do you know one of the only things that there is that actually stays up with inflation is real estate?
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is
and you don't have to do any work at all.
I do. I've got to find the building. I've got to figure out the cap
that
rate,
you have to do.
Negotiate that. I've got okay, but pound for pound, hour per hour, right? At the percentage that my company is growing. Putting that time into growing that business is the wisest investment choice. That's the conclusion I came to because I don't know shit about these other things.
So there's going to be there's going to be a function of there's going to be some investment you can do in your business, but at some point you're going to have so much money laying around that it might become beneficial to put some of those hours into real estate, right?
See, that's the thing is I don't know if that's the case, right? Like if I can 2 or 3x the valuation of my company every year and like I can get to the point which is like that's like not even close to what we're doing. We're doing more. It just doesn't even seem like I understand how dumb it sounds, right? To just have a bunch of cash laying around. Mm-hmm. But if you can just generate more and then put it back into your business and keep growing that valuation, it just doesn't make sense to me to do anything else. Maybe that's ignorant, but I mean...
It's going to be the same argument that you gave a long time ago that was true about streaming, right? If you do streaming 40 hours a week, if you do streaming 39 hours a week and then like YouTube 1 hour a week, it's a huge gain for you, right? Like as opposed to doing like that 1 extra hour of streaming is not like a huge thing. Does that make sense?
You just got Devin. Sorry about that.
So
like if you're putting like 80 hours a week in your business, doing like 78 hours might not be that big of a difference, but the 2 hours a week you put into like researching like real estate, that might be like a big money multiplier just for money that's already sitting there, maybe. But like if you had like $50,000 in the bank, probably not worth it. But if you've got like 7 figures in the bank, well, it might be worth it, right? Because let's say you have 7 figures in the bank, you're making on average anywhere from 70 to 100K on your investments. If you could boost that to like 200K or something, that might be really aggressive or whatever. But like there might be more options there where it's like, oh, like this is worth the little bit of extra searching, maybe. But I don't know. I don't do it, so.
Let's explore this because that's a really good point. Like I feel like the reason why that exists in the streaming example is because YouTube is a force multiplier where like putting a video out is going to, but I don't know that investments in the same way are like that because what ends up happening with me is I make an emotional decision. I put all my money into fucking waffles or something or Ethereum and then I lose my fucking ass and I'm like, why am I such an idiot?
Sure.
So like,
I mean, if that's your way of investing, then yeah, obviously don't do that.
Well,
that's just a bad
don't
idea.
do that.
But you have to be self-aware, right? Like it's like at some level, I just realized like I'm like a fucking dumbass when it comes to like cash allocation, and I just don't seem to be able to get my shit together. And like even when I invest in things that I think are reasonable, like tech companies, they drop off a cliff. And I guess like the one thing I've got going is I don't sell, right? I just hold on. But
well, that's not always good, right? In this case, you should.
Yeah, sure.
I yelled at you. I screamed at you to sell, Devin. Too. I remember
what?
this moment. All of your fucking crypto holdings.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you did. What did you end up doing with that graphics card farm?
The whole thing got sold.
Really?
I'm out of that. Oh yeah. I'll message you about it.
Okay,
Huh?
yeah, cool. Yeah. That's good shit, man. Good job.
So,
Oh yeah.
Devin, why do you not like index funds?
I do. That's where almost all of my non-cash money is in the S&P 500.
Okay, and Why not international? And then how much cash money you're talking about as a proportion of your net worth if you're
I'm not going to give you
Comfortable.
numbers on
Oh,
Destiny.
Rage Pope, you're
okay,
being
that's
extra
well, I
right
mean,
now.
just
Okay,
fucking
who do you
English.
think you're? Who are
well,
you
I mean,
talking
because
to?
if
Rage
he's saying
Pope?
like I'm sitting on all this cash, it seems crazy to me that you're complaining about all of it, but then you
I'm not
have
complaining, we're
decent
just having
places.
an interesting
okay.
discussion.
I'm
Who is
not, this
this guy?
is not a good look, Rage Pope. You need to
Sorry, Dan.
settle down. Okay.
Hold on, just so people don't think he's some random weirdo that just came in. Like Rage Pope has a great deal of knowledge in this field, and he's not trying to be an asshole.
Oh, okay.
Lycan was doing the
Thank you for
fingers.
that context.
He was doing the finger quotations when he said "great deal." So,
Is he a financial advisor of some kind, or not that matter?
Yeah, I work in finance. I'm a portfolio
My
manager,
man, yeah.
and like what I listened to was basically like, oh, I just dumped a bunch of money into crypto, and that didn't work out, and then I dumped the money into tech and lost my ass, and then now I just have all this money. So from what it sounds like, having spoken to people who sound similar, it just seems like you're just not doing anything. I guess that's the impression that I got.
I completely understand why, like, to someone who's sophisticated like you, I would sound like a total idiot, and I completely agree. I just like, but the reality is that, like, if I go work 8 hours on learning about stocks tomorrow, that same 8 hours
The
exponentially.
ROI isn't going to be the same as reinvesting into your business, assuming
Yeah.
that you have growth opportunities available, right?
Well,
Yeah,
but-
exactly. Well said.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so
can you
then-
not find an extra 2 hours? You're not doing work, and then put this
No,
towards it.
Warhammer is Dark Tide is a really good game. Like, I got shit to
Alright,
do.
well, alright,
Well, Dan, do it the rich person way. Don't you have a person you could put him in contact with that he could pay to help him through?
No,
this
I do it.
process?
I do it myself.
I wouldn't pay most financial advisors. They're
No, not a
scam
financial
fees.
advisor. I'm talking about someone that can get him started in real estate.
No, because I like it. I literally do it myself. I have like Google alerts and shit like that set all throughout the country on, when something comes in that meets my criteria of what I'm looking for. And the second it comes up that day, I'm out there. I'm having people going and looking at it at that property. That's how you do it. You have to do it yourself. Otherwise, all the profit, it keeps getting sucked out. Every step removed you get from the property, you lose more and more money.
You don't have a property manager or anything?
I do, but that's
It's not a person who's
lost
good
money,
at real estate, right?
right?
Like,
When you have a
Dan is
property,
saying that- so,
Well, right.
you're
I was
good-
just didn't
if
know
you're
how
good at
much he
what
was
you
saying he does
do-
himself.
Yeah, I can't outsource like in the same way that I couldn't outsource like running this business. Like a true, my question to every like quote financial advisor is like, if you are so good at this, why aren't you doing your own techniques and like becoming a billionaire, right?
well, usually it's because they don't
Damn.
have enough money to do it to get started.
That's
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't think so. Like,
Well, and also it's a lot
I mean,
easier to
so-
play with a house's money than your
yeah,
own
well,
money.
the thing
Yeah,
is, like, so
true.
my bank accounts, they flag these people, these investors, and they call me up all the time. Not like they're like, yo, you need to like invest with the bank and do these things. Like, I have a bunch of because I have this cash that gets distributed to multiple accounts because the FDIC only protects whatever 250,000 or whatever. So like. They end up calling me and they're like, "Yo, like you got to invest." And these are people that like work for like Wells Fargo, Chase, whatever. And I'm like, "Yeah, so like, why aren't you doing it? Like, you're on like 70K a year, right, or whatever you make, and why aren't you just investing in the markets or doing this and blah blah blah, right?" And no
Jeez.
answer ever.
Wow.
Yeah, like so I just like I can't. I don't feel like I can pay someone to do this, and I love what I do. I love my work, and I understand how dumb it sounds. Like everyone is like, "Oh, you should like compound your money and make it." But it's like, dude, like I have enormous growth potential. And I like video games a lot, and I don't want to learn this other stuff, and so I'll just sit on cash. And
Based.
yeah, I'll make money faster than inflation burns me.
Base. There you go.
No, not based. Stupid and lazy pilled. Okay, that's what that is. Not good.
I mean, at the end of the day,
why
you're not
would
gonna
you-
like min-max your life financially and every single thing you do.
Or
Right? There's
at
gonna
the
be some-
very least, just go fucking put it into stocks or something. You know?
Well, no,
Yeah,
he's
I-
not.
I have
He's an ETFs. That's what he said.
Yeah,
okay.
I have a good amount of money in the S&P 500, which I never touch, and then I just don't do anything else. Every other investment I've made has not done too well, and I've just kind of identified that I'm an emotional investor, but I'm a good business person, and I think I should just stay in my lane. And I don't know what's wrong with that. I think everybody like goes so crazy about like how to compound their wealth and make more money and make your money work for you, but none of those motherfuckers are actually like making any money.
True.
Like,
True.
put it
pay
into
someone
work.
you could pay someone to paint
valuable.
your. You could pay someone to paint your Warhammer figures. And then
Unironically,
you'll have time.
that is super true. That like the make your money work for you, make blah, blah, blah. What money, motherfucker? This isn't working if you're making like $32K a year, or if you've got like $2,000 in the bank that you cash advance from your fucking Visa that's now maxed out, right? Like, yeah, you should work on like the most important thing you do. It sucks because it's such a boring fucking answer, but the most important thing you should do is that it's that quote of invest in yourself. Like, if there's something you do well, like learn that skill, learn a trade, go to college, like pick up skills that make you that situate you in an ability where you can like actually work on something that will grow a real tangible like good or service for somebody else. The obsession over like, you know, find the right crypto to invest in and do drop shipping and make an Amazon, like Jesus, you have nothing to show for that in terms of personal development after 5 years. What, like, Jesus, and you're not getting rich doing that. You're just not, like, most people aren't.
Yeah, I realized exactly. I realized that like this is not my path to getting rich. It's my path to losing that. So like if I put like money into this, where I was like, I know I'm good at marketing, I know I'm good at like building this service that is very valuable to brands and customers. I'll just do more of that. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think I know like, and I'm telling you, like every day I get conversations like this, people coming at me. They're like, yeah, you're sitting in cash. What the fuck? Like, what are you doing? But
sure.
I don't know. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's people who want to look.
Hey, let me ask you guys, how do you guys feel?
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.